tell praises and honor unto Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushua, Hashem, Kodash, and double honors to the apostles and to the elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to all the brothers and mothers across the world, pushing and teaching the truth and also certain in all honesty. And also, shalom also to the few sisters out there. This is a brother from the James Jamaica camp. I'm Yashamai. You know, I want to do my lesson. You know, I want to touch upon this third world war that the scripture, speak about. We see, the war start back again, in the Middle East. The ceasefire, what I'm saying, break. So, this will start coming in again, back and forward, straight. And, people, because, for the Western world, them basically them control the narrative to a certain level when it comes to what really taking place in the Middle East, because through the war start back and people really pay attention to it no more and just show the whole thing, right? Because that's basically how the Western world operate. If you notice, even going back to the Ukraine thing, because when the Ukraine thing really start out at is when them get rid of the big C. Right? And after a while, let's out of the media, and while the war is still getting hot, and people think say done away with, because Western news not basically pushing out that way no more, right? Because they're trying to control the narrative, of the war. Well, the same thing now. You have the war start back in the Middle East, and nobody said what them feel like, nobody really focus on you about it no more, right? But according to what the scripture tell us, scripture tell us that in the Middle East, that's where this third world war really going to start. And all America doing right now, basically end well for them, because they now get through with where they basically plan destroy Iran and take over. Because I thought that basically not a part of prophecy, right? The scripture tell us according to prophecy what will take place. God, which is basically Russia today, going to be a guard unto Persia, which is Iran. So the Russians them going to protect the Iranians them. So they're not going to have them way like, where them think you. Because I already predestined how the Heavenly Father set this thing to go. Right? One bro, we have scripture?
Joel 2:20.
Yeah?
Joel 2 verse 20. But I will remove far off from you the northern army.
Which is basically the American army. Right?
And will drive him into a land barren and desolate.
That's basically where in Saudi Arabia. So, the American military or the American army going to get brought to the Middle East. In Saudi Arabia, you already seen them sending a lot of troops, to the Middle East. Right? Because the war is basically getting hotter and hotter. Right? So they're sending a lot of troops, that a family member, get sent off, deployed to the Middle East already. Right? But ultimately, this is where it all going to lead to. Because this is prophecy. And this is the time. So Lord said, remove far off the northern arm, which is American army, and drive him into a land barren and desolate, which is basically Saudi Arabia. Go on.
With his face towards the east sea.
His face towards the east sea, which is basically the Persian Gulf, Euphrates, water. Go on.
And his inner part towards the utmost sea,
which is the Red Sea.
And his thing shall come up.
And his thing shall come up. So according to prophecy, a lot of these soldiers going to die. Right? A lot of your loved ones basically join the military to get benefits. Right? Because, in this society, certain job that really can, give you certain lifestyle the way you desire. Right? So you have people going to the military or the police force in order to basically, get certain benefits. But the time we're living in, right, a lot of things going to take place. A lot of our family member will get into the force, or basically, they're going to die in this coming third world war destruction, because the scripture already tell us. Right?
Okay.
So after them going to get brought to the Middle East and they're not going to come back. Because this third world war we're preparing right now, America going to be the biggest loser. None of them not going to win, but America going to be the biggest loser here. Because America going to get destroyed totally according to what in the scripture. So the scripture says there's stink going to come up. Why does stink going to come up? Because they're going to die in the Middle East here. Right?
his things shall come up,
Can?
and his ill savor shall come up, because he hath done great things.
Can. Exactly.
This is an article from RT News. It's published the 20th of July 2026.
Yeah, go on.
A couple minutes ago. And it's saying, it says, Pentagon concealing true casualty numbers in Iran war.
Yeah.
Concealing means them a hold back or a cover up from basically the amount of casualties. But whichever number them give out, it's likely to be more than that.
Way more.
Way more than that what them give out. So they make them tell us 2 or 4. It's a lot of them. Because even the ones them who get injured, see, likely to die. See? So them are actually cover up on a lot of things. It draw more troops in the war.
Yeah, because that's basically one of the main things why they're doing it. Because they don't want, get the people or the family member to get scared, because ultimately they're going to call for a draft. Right? They already basically making the preparation already. So they don't want to get the public, to get scared. Right? Because they know them have to basically call for a draft in the near future. So they might try to cover it up. Right? And the people them already from day one, a lot of so-called Americans don't agree with the whole war from day one. Right? So they might try to cover it up too. Alright, because of that. Go on, bro.
He said dozens of soldiers were injured in previous unreported strikes last week.
And?
The New York Times says basically what if a soldier did injure? What them not really report for a week now. He says the Pentagon has withheld information about dozens of service members injured during the war with Iran. The New York Times reported on Monday, citing U.S. officials, says on Friday Iran struck a U.S. military site in Jordan, deleting 2 soldiers, yes, wounded 4 and leaving 1 missing, according to the Times. However, dozens of service members were injured through the week in 3 other strikes against U.S. forces in the country. Several helicopters were also reportedly damaged in the attacks. An official told CNN that it can take several days or even weeks for an injury to be logged into defense casualty analysis system. And an official database, a total of 427 service members have been injured in the war with Iran. The Times said, citing official figures. Alright, so them said 427 injured in the war. Right? And in that injury, so probably a couple of them can die. Or, maybe I'll half of that. And them not report it. The Pentagon spokesperson, Sean Pannell, argued that provided real-time information and non-fatal casualties to the media is the same as providing that information directly to our adversaries. Basically, if you provide the real-time information to the media report it. It's going to show a weakness to the adversaries, because it show the adversaries say you've been weak, see, and you lose.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah, so and they already basically losing they're basically that fear, all these countries or nations across the world of America, they start to lose it from the war started with Iran. So they're trying to save face.
This is WW3 and 9. So proclaim this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near.
Yes, if I select all the men of war draw near us, all the men of war or the military gonna draw near.
Can.
The Middle East. That's basically the place, where this Third World War really gonna start. Right? So you say, let them draw near in the Middle East.
Can.
All the armies gonna gather to the Middle East. Not only American soldiers are get brought to the Middle East. All the armies.
Can.
Go on, bro.
Let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say I'm strong.
Yeah, let the weak say I'm strong, like Iran now. Right? Iran, start to show say them have that strength. And one of the biggest leverage them have now is what?
Can.
The straits.
That's right.
Them can use, in order to, get certain country to fall in order. Because that ships come through that strait here. Right? So they start to show so them have strength. So people say, let this weak say I'm strong. Right?
I think the Iran has a lot of strength against America now. Because all the bombing with Trump say I'm bomb and I destroy how much places. And basically saying them destroy even Iran drone places them build them drone. Them drop a lot of bunker busters and them thing then. Iran still basically retaliate. And they do some serious retaliation.
So they're weak in Iran.
Them say they're weak in Iran. But Iran still show strength.
Yeah.
By destroying their military bases, man. See? It says beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say I am strong. Assemble yourselves and come all ye Eden. Gather yourselves together round about thither.
Yeah, gather in the Middle East here. Right on?
It says, cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord.
Which is the angels there. So the angels are basically putting in a lot of work right now. Right? So, this Third World War can, reach that level. All the prophecies are a matter of fact, because there are still a lot of prophecies that have come into play before this Third World War really kick off. The MOTB, we see Esau making a lot of moves. We don't have to bring forth the digital system right across the world. We see Nigeria, getting, ready now, to go full out to this digital system. So, very close, no more than ever, because the MOTB prophecy have come into play fully, right, before this war really escalate to that level. So, we're very close to see how things moving right now. Right, all these countries, piloting program and getting, with this digital system all around. So it's a way of how things currently doing now and get thrown away. And I knew we were going to replace it with basically digital, right? Where every transaction, everything can monitor with this new system. Where they are basically pushing fast or rapidly, we say, basically bring about.
That's right.
Right? See the moves them making right now across the world. Worldwide, go on, bro. Especially even in Africa.
Go on. It says, let the Eden be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat. Right. For there will I sit to judge all the Eden round about.
Yes, so there will I sit to judge all Eden. So all these nations are going to get judged in the Middle East. They're going to get together in the Middle East to get judged for all the things that they've been doing for years. Right, to the Lord's people, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indian. They're going to get judged. Right? They're not escape. Right. They're going to get judged. Bro?
It says, put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come get you down to the press. Come get you down, for the press is full. The fats overflow, for their wickedness is great. Multitudes in the valley of decision.
That's basically where all the army is getting right now. Right? Especially American army. They started to deploy a lot of men, a couple months back. See video coming out with I think 2 different Ella, one of 50 yard. They say they take a report to nearest army office, military office, right? And then they say see another video. So they are already basically making the preparation for the drafting, right? Because ultimately that's what it's going to lead to, right? Go on, bro.
There's a multitudes in the valley of decision, right? For the day of Yahweh Shem Yoshai is near in the valley of decision.
So that's where the Lord say, This third world war going to start in the Middle East. Where's it happening right now in the Middle East? He said the day of the Lord is near. Oh, you know it, because war taking place in the Middle East. That's basically what going to really kickstart this third world war destruction. At the battle of Armageddon. Can't write within Revelation 16 or 16. You got Revelation 11 further 14. Right?
Then Revelation 11 and verse 14, he said the second war is past.
Which is World War II. So World War II passed and gone.
Gone.
Right? One.
It says the second war is past, and behold, the third war cometh quickly.
And behold, you need look, observe. And behold, look, or observe. The third war cometh quickly. This third world war cometh quickly. You can see that now. How things moving so fast.
Gone.
Right? Everything's speeding up now. Even the regular man I notice it. 2 lakhs, from the twins of twin. Say, there one video in do. Say it look like the most I press fast forward because things are moving so fast. Like you press fast forward. Right?
To the mirror, if you somebody has said the amount are done quick. The amount are fly fast. One time when I back then, when we were youth I grew up, back in the days. Yeah. Summer whole length of time, man. Like the summertime now just a blow through quick.
Yeah, because you can call it July almost done. Yeah. Look for entire August. But they say by a quinta reach October. That's so fast you move the most I speed up the things. Speed up things now. Yeah. Except those days shall be shortened. I'll finish it I can get it. July almost done already. 2 time I move fast. Go on, bro. I think March 24 and 22. 24 and 22, I think.
This is Matthew 24 verse 22. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened.
Exactly. So Scripture says, for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. So Lord, shorten the time for the elect's sake. So that's why time moving so fast. As I mentioned, July just start and you can call it July done already.
Can.
You know?
But the things them when this man I bring up on the earth, man. Esau Edom, yeah, so called white man. Then the food we feed the people, poison, spray the hair, overbreed, with all kind of different chemicals. Every day people get up with sick. We out here, we exhausted, man. Then Scripture say why am I going to wear out the saints. Then every day you have people come down with all different type of illness, man. Then flu, whatever, all kind of different sickness. People never normally get sick or get sick. Then to all these men push basically spray the place with all kind of different pies around here. Yeah. So if it continue like this, man, no flesh. Because even when it come down to the transhuman thing when I push you going and the whole alphabet thing, when they want to push on the earth. This man is anti-life. So the Lord know the reason why. He's going to short at the days, man. Because he can't get this man. He just have to just get him appointed time and get through it. And that's it, man. And we are reaching appointed time now. Yeah? Let's get back to the article. I look more at the article. It says Parnell reject what he called baseless and malicious accusation of hiding engine numbers. That might come out and say, That might say basically they are hiding the numbers, but he's coming out in defense of that. Then claims of concealment or fabrication meant to further distress the American people. Then it says In the wake of 3 service members killed in action, Parnell said an ex cherry-picking raw numbers without context, pains and deliberately misleading and incomplete picture, the spokesman added. So basically, he might come out and he might cover up where basically maybe the media coming out and saying what people saying on social media and X or whatever, man. See? But you know, them don't want to get the people in a panic. So they might come out, come to damage control. See? To make it seem as if it's less than what the media bring out or where other people are bring out. So they have to do them damage control. Because they don't want the public um, get out of control and people start worrying. And you have all different type of uproars people start, you know, which we know that are going to come.
Yeah, that was part of it.
Yeah.
Part of what the scripture said will take place.
Can.
Huh?
It says the resumption of regular exchange of strike last week has once again put the spotlight on the cause of the war launched by the US and Israel in late February. A service member was killed on Saturday while attempting to dispose of a drone in northern Iraq, bringing the official US death total to 17. So more than 17 gone already, but I'm cover it up. More likely more than 17. But them make the number look small. So that the media come out and I say. But them have to come out and them defense. As scripture actually tell me, we already got the scripture and scripture say them think I can come up, man.
Yeah.
So a lot more is going to die down there. Than we see dying
It's just
right
the beginning of what to
Yeah.
come, not really started. You can bring a scripture there, Isaiah 34.
Isaiah 34. Come no one and I do me.
No, Isaiah 34. So, 34.
Yeah. This is Isaiah 34, verse 1. It says, "Come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people."
So this is what scripture says. You're supposed to take it to what scripture actually saying right now.
Can.
All nations, especially the Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Latino, and Native American Indian. This is what the scripture actually saying, because this is basically what getting ready now to take place. The war we see taking place in the Middle East, or you see they actually see it on the news.
Can.
You know, speaking about America, bombing the Iranians, and it seems like America gonna get what them desire, destroy Iran and take over the resources. This is what scripture say. Come in nation to hear and hearken, listen, all ye people.
Can.
Go on.
Let the herd hear, and all that is therein, the world and all things that come forth of it.
Go on.
For the indignation of the Lord is upon all
So
nations.
for the indignation, the righteous anger of the Lord Yahweh
Yeah.
is upon all nations. Go on.
And his fury upon all their armies.
And his fury upon all their armies. So every single one of the armies then will get brought to the Middle East. As scripture said. The Lord will plead with them dear for his people and for his heritage Israel. Go on, bro.
He hath utterly destroyed them.
Go on.
He hath delivered them to the slaughter.
So they're going to get what? Delivered to the slaughter in the Middle East. So they're going to get slaughter in the Middle East. They're going to destroy each other in the Middle East. All these army. They're going to get brought to the Middle East in the near future.
Gone.
Right? Go on.
He says, their slain also shall be cast out, and their sting shall come up out of their carcasses.
So you're going to be a lot of soldiers dying. A lot of soldiers going to die. They'll get brought to the Middle East. A lot of them going to die. So because they stink up to them carcasses. So you know a lot of people going to die.
Gone.
Right? And stink. Go on.
And the mountain shall be melted with their blood.
Go on.
And all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved. And and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll.
Talking about the mushroom cloud, because ultimately, these ICBM missiles, we see all these countries have across the world, especially Russia, because Russia have enough is ICBM missiles.
Right.
It's basically ultimately what will take place in the near future.
Right.
It's basically you can roll together as a scroll, talking about the mushroom cloud that will basically go up when the war them hit, certain places in America and also in the land of Israel. Right? What is a future event? One?
And all your hosts shall fall down as the leaf falling off from the vine, and as a falling fig from the fig tree.
And the other one?
For my sword shall be bathed in heaven.
So the Lord said, for my sword, what is the Lord's sword? These ICBM missiles. They are the Lord's sword. The Lord said, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work, which is these are modern day missiles, ICBM missiles. They are also the Lord's army. So he said, my sword are going to be in heaven. Talking about these nuclear missiles, go on.
Shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea.
Behold, look, it shall come down upon Idumea, and Idumea is by the Greek way. Say Edom.
Upon Idumea, the people of my curse to judgment.
So this is these people of the Lord's curse, which is the Edomites, the judgment. So these missiles are going to judge all the Edomites. But in America, they're going to get destroyed. Right? So if your sword, if the children be multiplied, it is for the sword. It is for this same sword. This ICBM missiles. Ultimately.
And the scripture say all that is joined unto them shall be just true. So when you want to be a Edomite in the American army, you want to be a Jake, you have to be one of them other Edens, man. Hey, when you join unto them, you're going to get what the Lord says is going to come. The indignation, the judgment, the sword that shall fall upon you, man. Yeah?
And so that I praises and honor unto how double honors to the apostles and to the elders of great men stone. Shalom again to all the brothers and also to the few sisters. Shalom.
Shalom.